This morning with A huge thanks for bringing me to this amazing development. You've sold it to me already. Look, the terrace is right behind us, and it's just really a short video about the challenges which you've had to overcome for this particular development. So what were the major challenges? Was it the planning? Was that the major challenge for this particular development? And just to give the listeners a clue about this development, it's in southwest London. How would you describe this particular property which we're looking at?
I think this project is really geared to the local market. With all of our projects and developments in London, I think we start with the customer in mind, because with a development you've got to put yourself in their shoes and what they're looking for. The price point determines the level of quality, finish, convenience and design that local buyers want. And we don't start with our vision in mind, we start with perception and the vision and the requirements of the buyer. It's very different to buy property for investment purposes, whereby you structure and design a property to fit the needs of the rental market, which is all around convenience, ease of maintenance, longevity, and usually the maximum number of bedrooms, because people also want a price point that they feel suits their budget. With developments, we kind of have to put a very, very different hat on, and we are not necessarily looking at maximising the number of bedrooms. In this particular area of southwest London, we have a very discerning buyer, a clientele in Zone 2 that wants great design, great convenience. They want to be very, very close to bars, cafes, restaurants. And with this particular development, one of the key selling points is transport links. We are literally the first property to the station. Now that in many developments would be seen as outside of London as a negative, but in London it means that within 30 seconds you're in a Zone 2 overground and tube station, which takes you directly into the city, the West End, or up to North London.
Sure, so I think it's about a 15-20 minute journey to Bank, is that right?
Less than that, I believe. We're so well connected, we're literally in Zone 2.
From Balham going south by overground, where could you get to? Croydon, among other places?
Yeah, I mean, with the overground you can connect everywhere. I mean, from here you can go straight into the city, or you can go and connect to another artery and go anywhere. The connections in London are great. I think It's all about the convenience, being close to a hub, and from here you can connect to a number of different transport hubs.
When I had a look on Citymap, it said it was 2 minutes away. It's not 2 minutes away though, it's 15 seconds walk. I think sometimes Citymap doesn't want to suggest it's too close. Don't know why, but so look, we've looked briefly at the development. The major challenge is understanding the market. Is that right? Because the market can change.
Yeah, the market can always change, but my background is marketing, so I always have a different set of objectives and criteria that I always look to fulfill from day one. And I work as part of a team, and that's the great thing about working in a team, that the partners all bring different strengths. I think with this particular market, every area in London has its own little characteristics, its own niche, and we have to incorporate those characteristics into the design and the development. For instance, if we were perhaps developing an apartment of a similar size and style further out, then we would probably internally, spatially redesign the apartment differently. But because our audience for this particular development is young professionals, for this particular apartment we're in here now, it's probably for a young couple. It may be their first home, it may be their second home, they're upgrading. The profile of the buyer is likely to be late 20s to mid 40s. It's somebody that wants convenience, not likely to have yet started a family, because if they wanted a family or they had a family, then they'll probably be buying a garden apartment, or they want an extra bedroom. So they'd probably look at the apartment, the other apartment in this development,
sure,
more suitable. So those are all key constraints, and we kind of also get a feel for the area with everything that I buy as an investor, with everything that I do as a developer. You know, I go to the local coffee shops, you know, we go to the local restaurants, we see who is in the area, how they're dressed, how they interact with local services, what they're wanting. And London is changing all the time. All the areas are changing. Lifestyle is also very different, people want convenience, and you know, we have to address that within the product that we're delivering.
Look, I could spend all day taking photos of this particular development, you know, particularly the way you've designed your doors in to create more space. I just find it absolutely amazing how you've created that particular way of making everything feel flowing, the way you've designed, even the tiling outside as well as you come into the particular development, completely different to the tiling next door, which is more rugged, I suppose you could say. I suppose this is more trying to, I'm not an interior designer, never will be. I don't think so anyway. But it's
yeah, we take advice from interior designers. Everybody's got a very, very special part to play within the team, and we've worked with interior designers in the last few projects, and we've worked with good architects. We've worked with great contractors, and you know, there's I think we all bring something that adds value, because what we want to do is when somebody comes into an apartment, they need to feel an affinity to the property straight away. It's not about what they see, it's about what they feel and what they take away with them, and a lot of these things are subliminal. I went to a presentation with a very, very famous, renowned interior designer, and he was saying that everything you should look at is all about being emotive with the property, because it's not just an apartment. If you pick this apartment up and put it in another area, there may be certain things that you have to design differently, and I think that's really, really important. So if this was in a super prime Mayfair location, it would probably be very, very similar in terms of its layout, but it would be the level of finishing and the detail. Now, we always try and upgrade our apartments, so whoever is buying at a certain price point feels that they're actually going in and buying something at the next price point.
Sure.
So we're giving them additional value, and that's reflected in the quality of finishes, the design, the flooring, the colour scheme, the lighting, just the mood and the overall feel, and everything really is about value, because we want to buy, develop and sell, and it's about minimising the timescale that a property is on the market. We want the maximum number of viewings, we want the maximum number of footfall, and we also work with the agents very, very closely to get their perspective, their view on the market. And we have been lucky, whilst there are changes in the marketplace, we have had a lot of viewings with a lot of the agents, so that's a good thing. So that means you're getting past the first hurdle, which is attracting interested buyers to come in and view the property, and then think about and move to the next phase in their buying decision.
Sure. So just to let you know, the event which I'm speaking at is on Saturday, June the 10th. It's sponsored by Home Experts. They're an estate agency based in Kensington and Chelsea. So sponsored by Home Experts, as I say, amazing plethora of speakers, panelists. The key thing is, if you're interested in the upcoming event, on the tab underneath comments I'll be adding a description of how you can book. Tickets do go up in price on Monday. Look, I said to Am it's going to be a short interview, and I'm sure you could go on longer. Thanks for joining myself, thanks for joining Am as well. I will be taking one or two pictures because I've fallen in love with this place, Am.
Great.
So thank you.